everyone. It's about 5:48 p.m. and as promised, we have Mr. Scott Cannon in the building, everyone, to give his point and counterpoint. So let's see what he has to say. Hello, Scott.
Hello, humans. I am Scott Cannon coming to you live on WLTH 1370 AM from the greatest city in all of the world, Gary, Indiana. And this is the Counterpoint. Well, folks, it finally happened. The biggest showdown between two monsters since Godzilla and Mothra happened in Helsinki yesterday. That's right, folks. American President Donald Trump met Russian President Vladimir Putin in the Finnish capital to discuss, well, stuff. And boy, oh boy, are our neoconservative overlords and their corporate mainstream media puppets freaking all out about it. When Donald Trump dared to imply that the FBI, the CIA, and other intelligence agencies who have meddled in elections all over the world, propped up evil dictators, destroyed civil rights leaders and organizations, and lied constantly, interfering in the 2016 election, the reaction from Washington, D.C. was at threat level red, with many in the establishment and media claiming that the president had committed treason for having the gall to question the flimsy evidence that they have put forth to the world. John Brennan, former CIA director and man who helped torture many people of color around the world, called Trump's performance nothing short of treasonous. And CNN's golden boy Anderson Cooper called it perhaps one of the most disgraceful performances ever by an American president. I guess he's missed the last 20 years when all of America's presidents have been massacring innocent people throughout the Middle East and Africa while decapitating children with drone strikes. What this above all else symbolizes is that the neoconservatives are in full control of our media and government, maybe outside of Donald Trump. It's scary when you think that you're depending on the former host of The Apprentice to let cooler heads prevail. Now, Trump may be a sociopathic con artist, but apparently his reticence to declare all-out war on a nuclear power over specious allegations have put him at odds with an increasingly bloodthirsty foreign policy establishment that doesn't care about policies anymore, just blood and money. When I was growing up, I was proud to call myself a liberal because liberals argued that we should talk out our problems with foreign governments, even those we call enemies. Hell, Barack Obama lambasted Hillary Clinton in 2008 for being such a war hawk. And he argued that he would even talk to North Korea, Cuba, Iran, and Venezuela without conditions because, in his words, you don't punish countries by not talking to them. That's what liberals used to sound like. Now liberals hopped up on the post-Clinton embrace of the war complex, and Rachel Maddow embraced conspiracy theories so absurd it makes Glenn Beck look sane in the process, and call for impeachment when American presidents try to make peace instead of making war. This is the mentality that me and many on the left have walked away from. There will be a point, maybe 10 or 20 years from now, when the foreign policy establishment in America will be so venomous, so absurdly violent, that liberals will look in the mirror and ask, what happened? How did it get like this? And the answer will lie right there in the mirror, where they will have to ask themselves how they let their hatred of one guy, one man alone, turn them into the type of non-thinking, irrational, warmongering establishmentarians that they marched and protested against, from Barry Goldwater to Richard Nixon to Ronald Reagan to George W. Bush, all of whom would be considered out-and-out dovish in comparison to the type of nationalistic, jingoistic rhetoric that they've embraced in the name of resisting Trump. Okay, folks, before I get on with it, I just want to say get better to our former host on Issues and Answers, Lloyd Fisher, who's been under the weather lately. I've been praying for him. My mother, everybody at the United Urban Network are praying for him. A man who does a lot of great in this community, and actually was the first person to put me on the radio here at WLTH. And with that, you can chop it up with me on Twitter at The Chemist Lives. The Chemist is spelled with K, as I am a product of the Gary Community School System, and we could talk about politics, we could talk about music, we could talk about sports, or you could just tell me how terrible I am at this. Or you can listen to me in about 10 minutes with Jonathan booze on Issues and Answers. And one day, I swear, one day, the McGee Report, brought to you by the precocious hostess with the most, Jamelia McGee, will return. I swear it's not over. I am Scott Cannon, and that was the Counterpoint on WLTH 1370 AM from the greatest city in the humans.
All right. Well said. So really quickly here, we only have a little bit of time for the entertainment news. So I first want to start off by saying that T.I. is really trying to stop this divorce from going through. And I think Tiny's like, whatever.
Well, he keep getting caught doing dumb crap.
Exactly. So this is what his latest thing. Not that he's done.
He did something else.
No.
Oh,
he's trying to fix it.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to fix it. All right. So, so her birthday actually just passed. I believe it was like yesterday. And he bought her a car. Right.
Wow.
So that's not all. So he got her a convertible Benz S550. Whoa. The car alone is $130,000. All right, but that was not enough for him because he added another $95,000 worth of bells and whistles. All right, so everything came out to $225,000 for this one vehicle, and he also had some Christian Louis Vuitton bags in the back seat waiting for her as she got into the vehicle. So he's really trying right now to not have to get this divorce, I think. And she's just like, of course I think she's gonna, of course, take it because she's been through a lot. And she's like, you're gonna have to really work for this.
Well, see, if you know their story, you know that she actually, when they got together, she was a big star with Escape. And he was just a bum dude from the streets.
Yeah.
And he was like, he hadn't made no hits and none. He hadn't gotten famous yet.
Yeah.
So, she was his day one. You know what I'm saying? And so,
yeah. I get you.
Yeah, he probably needs some help.
What's crazy is I didn't really know this until I started, because on their show they really didn't talk too much about it, their family show. But I watched, Real Housewives and all of that. So when had released like a 4-episode series of Escape during their practices and all of that, and they were having their intimate moments talking just amongst the girls, and Tiny had actually said that T.I. made her stop singing.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he kind of controlled that. And now that she's not with him anymore, that's why now she's able to be back a part of Escape. So, she's feeling like, her old self again. So, I don't know. He's going to do some self-checking and get his life and just get everything together.
Cheaper to keep her.
Yes.
This old song, Cheaper to Keep Her.
Especially with those kids. Yeah.
They got like 5 or 6 or something like that, right?
Well, collectively, they have like 7.
Yeah.
But, individually. But then once you combine her kids, his kids, it's like 7 kids. But he has the most on his own. And then together they have like 3.
Oh, okay.
Because they have 2 boys, and then they have the little girl that should be about like 2 now. But yeah, I think it's cheaper to keep her as well. Moving on here, the last one that I have. So Nickelodeon is actually reviving.
I actually watched that when I was like 8. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch the heck out of it.
I did too, so I'm excited for that. It's going to be a 26-episode order and a live action film from Paramount Players. So according to Yahoo, production has already begun on the new series, and though no premiere date or cast information has been announced yet, they are saying that the original creators of the 1991 series will return as EPs. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. I don't have anything else. Let's see. So it becomes the latest. They're saying that it becomes the latest Nick project to get a revival following the recently announced return of Blue's Clues and Rocco's Modern Life, as well as Invader Zim specials. So, they're like, we're going to, stick our hand into the revival pool too. I agree. Go ahead. Wow. You never know who you can now pick up with this stuff, so it's really awesome.
But there's a lot of people in their like 20s and 30s who grew up with those who still watch a lot of those episodes.
I'm about to be 24, and I'll definitely watch it, So hey, We just have to wait, and we have to see what's going to happen, how they're going to, revive it and all of that. It's pretty cool. But that's all the time that I have for entertainment news.
All right, now.
All right. So really quickly here, let's look into some weather. Right now, it's about 79 degrees. Tonight, it's going to drop down to about 68. And it's going to be mainly clear, less humid skies. And tomorrow is going to be slightly sunny with the high of 78 and a low of 62. On Wednesday, partly cloudy skies with a